The IRS might be sending out more money, and this news couldn't come at a better time for many Americans. This time, it's a proposed $1,800 stimulus check, which aims to provide significant financial relief. This money is specifically targeted for people who receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits. These groups often include some of the most vulnerable members of our society. That's a lot of people who could use some help, especially in these challenging times. The proposed stimulus could be a lifeline for many. But remember, this is just a proposal for now. It hasn't been finalized yet, so it's crucial to stay informed. It's important to check official sources like irs.gov to be sure. Misinformation can spread easily, so always verify from trusted sources. This proposed stimulus check is meant to help people deal with rising prices. Inflation has been hitting hard, and many are struggling to keep up. Everything costs more these days, from groceries to gas. The cost of living has increased significantly, putting a strain on household budgets. This extra money could make a big difference for folks on fixed incomes. For many, it could mean the difference between making ends meet and falling behind. It's a way to help them keep up with the rising cost of living. Every little bit helps when you're on a tight budget. The government knows that times are tough. They are aware of the struggles many Americans are facing. Lots of people are struggling, especially seniors, people with disabilities, and veterans. These groups often have limited income and face higher expenses. This stimulus check is a way of saying, we see you and we're trying to help. It's a gesture of support and recognition. It's important to remember that this is just a one-time payment. While it can provide immediate relief, it's not a long-term solution. It's not a permanent solution to the problem of rising costs, but it's a start. It shows that the government is taking steps to address the issue, and it could provide some much-needed relief for millions of Americans. For many, this check could be a crucial support in these difficult times. Community support and government aid can make a big difference. Together, we can get through these tough times. Let's hope this proposal becomes a reality, bringing hope and relief to those who need it most. So, who exactly would get this money? This is a question on many people's minds as they navigate these challenging times. This stimulus check is specifically for people who rely on certain government programs. These programs are often a lifeline for those who need them the most. This includes Social Security beneficiaries who have worked hard their whole lives. They have contributed to the system and now depend on it for their daily needs. It also includes those receiving SSI, which helps people with disabilities. These individuals often face additional challenges that require extra support. And let's not forget SSDI recipients who are unable to work due to disabilities. Their inability to work doesn't diminish their need for financial stability. Finally, veterans receiving VA benefits would also be eligible for this much-needed assistance. These brave individuals have served their country and deserve our support. These groups often face unique challenges. From medical expenses to daily living costs, their financial burdens can be overwhelming. Many live on fixed incomes. This means they have a set amount of money each month, with little to no flexibility. That means their income doesn't change, even when prices go up. The rising cost of living can make it difficult to make ends meet. Imagine trying to buy groceries when the cost of food keeps rising, but your income stays the same. It's a constant struggle to balance the budget. It's a recipe for stress and hardship. The anxiety of not knowing if you'll have enough to cover your expenses can be overwhelming. That's why this stimulus check is so important. It provides a much-needed financial cushion for those who are struggling. It's a lifeline for people who are struggling to stay afloat. This extra money can make a significant difference in their lives. This extra money could mean the difference between paying the bills and falling behind. It can help cover essential expenses like rent, utilities, and medical bills. It could mean having enough food on the table or having to skip meals. No one should have to choose between eating and paying their bills. The government has a responsibility to care for its most vulnerable citizens. Providing financial assistance is one way to fulfill this duty. This stimulus check is a step in the right direction. It's a recognition that many Americans are hurting, and it's an attempt to provide some relief. It's a recognition that many Americans are hurting, and it's an attempt to provide some relief. This financial support can help ease the burden and provide a sense of security. Beyond the immediate financial relief, this stimulus check also represents a commitment to supporting those in need. It's a reminder that we are all in this together. In times of crisis, it's essential to come together as a community. By providing this financial assistance, we can help ensure that no one is left behind. This stimulus check is more than just money. It's a symbol of hope and solidarity. It's a way to show that we care for one another and are willing to support each other through tough times. As we move forward, let's continue to support our most vulnerable citizens. Together we can build a stronger, more compassionate society. The good news is that getting this money should be very easy. The IRS plans to automatically send out the payments to eligible recipients. That means you won't have to fill out any complicated forms or jump through hoops. If you're eligible, the money will be deposited directly into your bank account. It's the same way you receive your regular Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits. This direct deposit method ensures that people get their money quickly and securely. For those who don't have bank accounts, don't worry at all. The IRS will likely send out paper checks or prepaid debit cards. The goal is to make sure that everyone who is eligible receives their payment. This automatic distribution process is crucial. It eliminates barriers and ensures that the money gets into the hands of those who need it most. It's a streamlined approach that minimizes hassle and maximizes efficiency for everyone involved. This proposed $1,800 stimulus check is a big deal. It's a significant amount of money that can provide immediate relief to many families who are struggling to make ends meet. For some, it could mean the difference between paying rent or facing eviction, buying groceries or going hungry, affording medication or going without. It shows that the government is paying attention to the struggles of everyday Americans. This gesture indicates a recognition of the hardships that many are facing, especially in these challenging times. It's a step towards acknowledging the economic difficulties that have been exacerbated by recent events. But it's important to remember that this is not a permanent solution. While this check can provide temporary relief, it doesn't address the root causes of financial instability. The economic challenges we face are deep-seated and require more than just a one-time payment to resolve. We need to have a serious conversation about the long-term challenges facing our country. This includes discussing sustainable economic policies, job creation, and support systems that can help individuals and families thrive in the long run. It's about creating a foundation for lasting stability and growth. Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits are vital programs, providing essential support to millions of Americans. These programs are lifelines for the elderly, disabled, and veterans, ensuring they have the resources they need to live with dignity. But they're facing their own set of problems. Funding issues, bureaucratic inefficiencies, and outdated systems threaten their effectiveness. If we don't address these problems, the very people who rely on these programs will be left vulnerable. We need to find ways to strengthen these programs and ensure that they're there for future generations. This means investing in their infrastructure, updating their systems, and ensuring they are adequately funded. It's about making sure that these safety nets remain strong and reliable. This stimulus check is a temporary fix. While it can provide immediate relief, it's not a sustainable solution to the economic challenges we face. It's like putting a bandage on a broken leg. It might help in the short term, providing some immediate comfort and stability, but it doesn't address the underlying issue. The root causes of economic instability remain, and without addressing them, the problems will persist. We need to find a way to fix the leg, to heal the underlying issues that cause financial instability. This means looking at comprehensive economic reforms, job creation, and support systems that can provide long-term stability, not just cover up the wound. We need to implement solutions that address the root causes and provide lasting relief. So, while we celebrate this potential victory, we must remain focused on the bigger picture. This check is a step in the right direction, but it's not the end goal. Let's not forget the bigger picture. We need to keep fighting for long-term solutions that will create a more just and equitable society for all. The fight doesn't end here, it's just the beginning. We must continue to advocate for policies and programs that provide lasting support and stability for all Americans. Together, we can build a future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, where economic stability is not a privilege, but a right. The journey ahead is long, but with determination and collective effort, we can achieve lasting change. The fight doesn't end here, it's just the beginning.